This usually plays. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I'm going to review Download 2019 because there's been a pandemic, guys, and unfortunately this year it's going to suck. I don't like the lineup, but each to their own. If you like the bands that are playing, then go and watch them. That's it. Don't let anyone sway you. If you want to go, enjoy it. 2019 was my first download. It was also my the last one I've been to, obviously, because of the pandemic. Now, if anything brings you together more, it's music, it's download. But I just want to get one thing out there. Elitism needs to stop. Elitism at festivals, I felt it when I went. You go on I was on my own, so I met a few people. I did Camp Loner, but then I thought, no, that's just too loser, that's just far too, no, I'm not doing that. So then luckily I met someone from Wales who, basically let me fit in, and then some lads on the coach. And it's cool, if you're on your own, and I can talk to pretty much anyone, but I can also pretty much annoy the shit out of almost anyone instantly, because I talk a lot. But elitism at festivals needs to stop, in terms of when you go, just because you don't look you don't have your chain, or you're not in a behemoth hoodie, and you look, say, more indie, or I don't know, a bit more rock and roll than you do metal, or whatever it is. I was toast at this festival, and I absolutely enjoyed it to the max. So much that even when I was watching Trivium, I was burnt out, I was knackered, because even the Thursday, yeah, the Thursday I was goosed. This was before the Friday. Obviously, you know that, but for those that don't, now you do. But anyway, I was, absolutely. And the comments were, he's weird. I hate that at festivals, this comment on. You go to festivals not to judge. If you go to download and you judge people for any of the way they are, or maybe they look, they don't look as metal as you, or whatever, how they dress, say, because I had a hat backwards, I might have dressed a bit scallyish or whatever. So what? We're all there to enjoy ourselves. I've got that out of the way. If you do that, just don't go to a festival. We're all there to enjoy it, not to judge, who's more Slipknot. That's bull. I saw him on the first tour, but there you go. And I did, because I've got a ticket to prove it, so. But that don't make me any better than anyone who's just got into him. That don't make me more Slipknot. That just means, by default, I'm older. Elitism needs to stop. Right, got that out of the way. Download 2019 was fantastic, and I'm not just going to talk about the bands, the organisation. I'll have to say the sound was phenomenal. The sound was ace. Been to a lot of gigs, like Apollos and arenas, and a lot of festival gigs, and sometimes you can hear, you listen out for all that stuff and what's going to suffer. Is the wind going to blow it? The sound at Download was one of the best sounds I've heard at any festival. Been to every single Leeds festival virtually, and I've even got all the posters that I used to save. You can't argue with this. All the Leeds Fest posters, all the tickets, Glastonbury programme, we're going there. All the tickets are in here, guys. So, I'm a road warrior when it comes to gigs, but that don't make me better. That just means I've been to more gigs. That don't mean I'm the be-all and end-all. That just means I've been to more gigs. And I might not have done. Anyway, this festival ruled. The sound was crazy. The security were really good. The drink prices were heavy, but listen, fish and chips, you treat yourself to all that when you go. You save the money, because it is capitalism, but hey, who cares? You pay it. You make that sacrifice. At Download, you choose that. And if you're in the queue and you're buying a drink, guys, and you see the queue and it's massive, then you just ask a lady, not a girl, because it might look a bit creepy depending on the age. Ask someone older, like a MILF, or even older, like a rocker chick type, like a chick type, ask one of them to get you a drink and then get themselves one. That way you're being a gent and then you get a drink as well. And then you don't have to queue up. Think McFly's, think. So I love all that, all the you know, the meeting people you've never met and stuff like that, like talking to people. But, well, yeah, it can tend to get a bit, yeah. But anyway, all good times, never an arsehole, I will admit, just excited. And I was ready, and I loved it, man. I love meeting people, and I love just the whole, everything about it was just walking out, seeing the stage. I've always wanted to be there because of AC/DC at Donington. So we're going to get on it, first band, I don't want to bore you. I walked in and last in line were on, but then I went over and watched Skid Row because I just had to see them without Sebastian back even, and they were alright. Just gets it started. It's nothing more, nothing less, but they were decent and they had a good sound. This is the first day, this was the Friday, and the bands that stood out most, I didn't see Tesla, but I saw Black Cherry Smoke, and I'm not really into them, but they were awesome. Like, they were really good. It was a bit emotional actually. Had an early Seeger sound as well as a Kings of Leon vibe, but really they had some good songs, and I was quite impressed, you know, when they ended up on my Spotify playlist, so they must have been good. And then I saw Clutch, and they were just good to chill, just wind down. It's not a band you really go, yeah, I've really got to see live. It's just more, they're just a stopgap, just chill out, and they were brilliant. The first day was just a warm up, just getting in. I was still hungover, obviously. Whitesnake were brilliant. The sound were good. Coverdale had to, obviously his voice, kind of go low register. You don't expect him to hit those high notes. Shame John Sykes wasn't there, but it doesn't matter. They were brilliant. They were entertaining. David Coverdale, as a frontman, was quality. And I was just buzzing, obviously. I was still in the night. Here I go again. I was like, yeah, I've got the video under there, so yeah. I'll put it in there, just a link, me at download, proof in the pudding, as well as the wristband. People always want more than your word, you know, when you're going on, like, yeah, I saw the Deftones. They always look at you like you're lying. Like, it's not like you're saying I saw Zeppelin at the Hollywood Bowl or the Doors, is it? You're saying I saw the Deftones or something, and they always look at you like you're telling porkies, like Linkin Park's first show in the UK with Taproot at Manchester Apollo. But people always look at you like you're telling bullshit because you talk a lot. Doesn't mean that you're lying, it just means you're excited and you're just explaining gigs you've been to. Alright, yeah, whatever. It's like, don't believe me. Proof's there, anyway. Anyway, next up, Slash. Slash were good. I think I was wandering around at this point, I don't know what we're doing. It was going back, a few beers or whatever. Just the miss, you know, the first day nerves kicking, don't we? Like, not nerves, just excitement. You're loving it. You're getting fish and chips or sausage and chips or burger, you know. And Slash were there playing, and I was just walking about in the midst of it. Sounded good, but I was G'd up for Def Leppard, really G'd up before this, and yeah, they were just slick as hell. They were really good. This is a band I've always wanted to watch, and they were ace. Like Rick Allen, it was good to hear him. I could barely see him because I was down the front, but it was just like psh, psh, psh. And I loved the pre-show talking to people. One guy said to me, I've only come for Def Leppard, and the only band I ever listened to is Def Leppard. I was like, cool. Got to have a little bit of variety, but hey, that's your thing, dude. But he was really just Def Leppard. It was like, not Quo, not like Iron Maiden 2, bit of Kiss thrown in, bit of Arios, no, just Def Leppard. Like, it's like, I get it, man. I get the hysteria and the euphoria. And the Pyromania, they were mint, they were good, the bass quality, Elliot's voice was decent-ish, and the guitars and the whole production, it was great, it was good. It was better than I expected. I thought, could they sound a bit ropey? When you're down there and you can hear Rick Allen go psh, psh, and the bass and the guitar sounded ace. Which takes us to day 2. Def Leppard were I'd give them a 8 out of 10. Total honesty. But a band would destroy everyone over the whole weekend, and I'm going to get it out of the way first. It was Tool, and I'm not even like massive Tool fan, but I had to choose them over Slayer. And I was Slayer all the way, right up until I was at the Manchester Ritz watching Lacuna Coil, and I asked the guy at the bar, like, who are you going to go with? And he'd say, go with Tool, mate. You're thinking, Tool. So I thought, yeah, alright then. I actually took his word. It's the way he said it. He sold it. He sold it. Maybe it's the drink selling, but he sold it. He said, go with Tool. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to go with Tool. So I did. And this was the last day. I'm just getting it out of the way in case the video stops because of like storage and stuff. So Tool were by far the best band of the whole festival. Absolutely blew me away. So ambient. I never thought they'd be that good. I thought, yeah, wonder what the hype's about. We'll be alright. Nah, one of the best bands I've ever seen live, if not the. And I've seen Springsteen. So, day 2, we had Slipknot, we had Trivium. Just round it up, it was better than the first for me because you had Power Trip, who fucking slayed early doors after Alien Weaponry. I don't know who I was watching at this point. I think I just got in for Power Trip. I watched a bit of Royal Republic, but Power Trip was mint. I've seen them support Slipknot, Trivium. So they were brilliant, as were Behemoth. And the crowd soon changed, and I have no problem with what you look like, but I felt like there was a bit of elitism going on whilst I was watching Behemoth. Like, you don't belong here. You don't have white makeup on. You're not in a... I felt it, and like I liked them, and they were good, and they were strong, and they was as good as Lamb of God or Aim and Amarth over the whole festival. There was one of the better bands there. They were brilliant. It was the power, and I like Mellow Death and anything like. I like Insomnium, but because I might not look the type or dress the type to like that, fuck off with you elitists. Anyway, I've got that out of the way already. Behemoth were great, Power Trip were mental, and yeah, gutted about the singer, but because I wanted to watch him support Lamb of God. Not anymore, unless I cover, and that's not going to go well. Skin Dread were awesome. A lot of people went for them, and they were brilliant. They really did stand out as like the wild card band of the day. Then you've got Trivium. I was fucking knackered and goose, but it was bright and sunny, and I'd seen them before twice, so I really enjoyed the set, but I was more waiting for Slipknot for like the 6th time. I couldn't wait. Because Slipknot are my boys, and I just couldn't wait to see them again. But I'd never seen them at Download, and I'd seen them, Manchester Academy, Manchester Arena, Leeds Festival a few times. So this was like, just to see them at Download with the whole crowd, and I was absolutely buzzing. So Trivium were a great treat, just to like, I didn't go too crazy with them. I had to reserve my energy, but Trivium put on a fucking stellar show. They were probably one of the better bands of the day. They were fantastic. Greatest hits set virtually. I was eating with curry and chips, and phenomenal. And then a surprise act, which had a lot of kids there, but I tell you what, Diane's words were good. They were a great entertaining act just to get it rolling for Slipknot. The crowd soon changed when the little teeny boppers went and with the parents. But I thought that was good for the festival. It must have sold a lot of tickets, great promotion, but they were good. Like, they were entertaining, they were fun, they had great beats, and they were quirky, and they were perfect just to bridge the gap between Trivium and Slipknot, and just to change the mood a bit from the behemoth to the mellow death to the, death metal to the skin dress. It was a good variety, Davis. And Diane's words were fun, they were upbeat, and they were great crowd pleasers. I loved it. Like, I thought, you know what? As knackered as I was during this set, just waiting for Slipknot, just anxious, they were brilliant. So I give Trivium a 10 out of 10. Perfect. Just a flawless set. Diane's words are getting an 8. I thought they were great. And I don't even like them. Like, I won't go and watch them on the tour, but they were brilliant. And next is Slipknot. What more do you want to say? If it wasn't for Tool, these were the best band of the festival. But unfortunately, Tool, and like I said, I'm always Slipknot over Tool any day, but Tool were just the best, non-biased. But Slipknot were fucking brilliant. And the crowd were mental, and I still don't think I've recovered from that being that far down, because the surge, and you could see it. And only thing I will say is a lot of girls in the crowd were getting crushed near the front, and having done security and things like that, I'm very wary. Just step back, man. And if you want to create space, opening it for mosh pits is the best thing, because then people can breathe rather than getting crushed, and then you can get out. Just a little bit of a gig know-how there. I've been going to gigs since I was about 13, so I'm now 37. So Slipknot were great. The production, the set, just everything was right for them to fucking slay it, and they were fantastic. That's probably the best time I've seen them. The second best was probably MEN Arena, supported by In Flames and 1 Minute Silence. The first time, I could barely hear it, it was that loud. It was at the Manchester Academy, supported by 1 Minute Silence and Kitty. Yes, we're going back. But this was... Corey's voice, more than anything, stands out. It was... It was just better than, say, the 2003 Subliminal Verses tour voice, what sounded really weak. It was fucking strong. And Slipknot get an 11 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Fantastic. Last day, and Eamon and Martha and Lamb of God was sick, but Smashing Pumpkins made me cry. I don't know whether it was just the whole... just G'd up to watch them. I weren't even like going, yeah. It was just, when they came on, I realised, it's the Smashing Pumpkins. I think it was Clockwork Orange or something to get, and they come on to Disarm. Wow, I was just a flood. An absolute flood of emotions when they walked out, because this was a band I've always wanted to see without knowing it. You know, you watch Beavis and Butthead, you watch Clarissa Explains It All with Tonight Tonight. I don't know, it's just maybe a growing up thing. The Smashing Pumpkins are that band that you can now say, I've seen. And I've seen Tool. Player, 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 player. Yeah, that's not a great chat-up line, like, you know. I've seen Tool and Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah, but have you been to Coinfields? Yeah, they're not the type of girls I go for anyway, but not by choice. Anyway, Smashing Pumpkins fucking ruled. Lamb of God, Eamon and Marth. Godsmack I had seen already at Ritz, so previously a few months before, so I was sort of like, I was there, still rocking, but the set weren't as good. Had too much weaker material off the new album. Cane Hill, good. I Prevailed, decent. Under Oath were good, but not as good as I thought it would be. Eamon and Marth and Lamb of God were neck and neck. They were dual. Eamon and Marth were fucking awesome. Eamon and Marth ruled. Lamb of God, what more can you say about them? Once you've seen them once, you just want to watch them again and again, which I am doing. I've seen them 3 times by the time it's done. Yeah, because Lamb of God, they're one of the best metal bands live. But Eamon and Marth were as good, if not better. I ain't gonna lie, I thought they were sublime with the whole boat thing and whatever. And then everyone on the floor, dude, it was crazy. But the sound was ace. Lamb of God ruled. I Prevail were pretty good. Cane Hill were decent walking out. Bit of new metal nostalgia. I'm trying to think if I watched any lower bands on the other stages. You know what? I was hardly on them. I was just main stage, mainstream me all the way through. And what a perfect way to finish it all after the hysteria of Def Leppard and Slipknot, the craziness. Tool, wow. Just if you wanted to see the Pink Floyd of your time and brag about it, now I'm doing it. I've fucking seen Tool live. I've seen Tool live, like, they were sublime. They come out to, I didn't know a lot of the songs apart from the obvious off Letter Ellis. Schism, which I can play on guitar now, kind of. And Parabella. And I've known a few, always played at the Ritz, but I didn't know they came on to the nothing, any time, any fucking place, and there was this guy behind me doing it. I was like, cool. And then when the lights came on and it was all ambient, I was like, this is crazy. Tool were awesome. There was an old guy there and all in like a patch jacket. It was cool. He was having crutch sticks, all that in sort of rest up, like, because people were just really intrigued to see this band, and I was like, am I about to see something special here? Like, is this bigger than me? Is this bigger than I thought? It was. It was almost like the gathering, and everyone just stood there. The lighting, sublime, the bass was top notch, and Maynard, James Keenan's vocals were incredible. I never thought I'd walk away going, but Tool were the best, like, unbiased review. By far, they were probably a 12 out of 10, they were that good. I remember getting back to the tent and some of the guys I went with, who called me crazy eyes, because I've got crazy eyes. It's like, cheers guys, now you're just putting me in that friend zone bracket. I've got crazy eyes, and what can you say? I'm saying, it's just, the girls say crazy blue, the guys just go, yeah, you're just weird. I'm going with the chicks. I don't care about that, but they were saying, they got back and was fucking awesome. Oh God, crazy, they were awesome. And I was like, yeah man, you told me they were good. I didn't believe yous. Easily one of the best bands I've ever seen. I can't speak of them highly enough. The lighting, it was just like, and even though the set in the middle got a bit more slower and ambient, it just led to the ultimate finish, man. It was supersonic and spacey at the same time. But the chops, the tightness, the crispness, the smoothness, one of the tightest bands I've ever seen live, like I said, if not the. And if you've not seen Tool live, I have. That's elitist. That just defeats the point of my whole argument. No, it doesn't. Go and see them. It's not your, don't make you less metal. Just means you've not seen them live. Make it a priority. If you're watching one band live, that's going to absolutely blow you away. Without, yes, there's pretentious Tool fans, and we get all that, but I can sort of see why they were that good. I can't even. When you're describing a band, what was it? It was just a culmination of everything. It was the sound, no frills, and that helped. They just got on, did the job, did it, just kicked ass with it. It just seemed so effortless, but well crafted. I'm out, guys. Are you looking forward to the new Download? Did you enjoy my video? If you've never been to Download, I recommend it. Just go. Send A, and then you can say you've been, and B, then you can either go again or decide, no, it wasn't for me. But that's what going to festivals is about. Or seeing bands where you think, oh, they suck, and then when you see them, you're like, Actually, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I totally did it with Tool. I'm glad I missed Slayer. I'm not bothered. I'd rather say I've seen Tool. This shirt, there's one band spelt wrong on the back. It's Clutch. My brother noticed it at Metallica. I was at Metallica a few days later. I didn't only do Download, and I did Metallica a few days later, and I was absolutely goosed. There's a ticket. You don't need the ticket. It's there. It's in here. I'll do a review of that if you want. We'll do a Metallica review with Ghost supporting. I did that like 2 days later. Like, I was absolutely knackered after the whole thing, but it was worth it. I'm glad I got back for Metallica at the Etihad, and they blew me away as well. But Download belonged to Tool and Slipknot. They were the two standout bands by a long shot. But honourable mentions: Amon Amarth, Trivium, Lamb of God, and I even liked Black Cherry Smoke. Not normally my cup of tea, but yeah, they were good. Smashing Pumpkins, another one, just wow. They were so sonic. They could play. I love the guitar pedal effects they had as well, but Tool, ultimately, we're not worthy. They were awesome. Guys, I'm glad you enjoyed my review. Check out my Status Quo one. It's nearly on like 6,000 views, and for a guy that just does this as a laugh, like, it's not like I've got the mic or the effects. That's pretty cool. Any reviews you want me to do, gig reviews, anything, Lacuna Coil, that gig, all the tickets here. The tickets are, I'll do Metallica, I'll find a ticket and I'll do that as well. I'll buy it on eBay, no, it's all in here. Slipknot, everything's in here, man. This is the ticket thing. I need a scrapbook, but that's history right there. Go to Download, check it out, you'll enjoy it, and I'm glad you enjoyed my video. And if you did or didn't, tell me. Peace.